What's up, guys? I'm Corin Davis, your host of The Rundown. We appreciate you guys tuning in for episode 10. I mean, that's crazy. We're already at episode 10. Spring sports are nearing the back half of their season. Both men's and women's track and field are number one in the nation, and softball's winning streak is increasing faster than the temperature outside. They reached 14 consecutive wins this weekend against Western New Mexico. Right out of the gates, Gabby McConnell and Ruby Salzman knocked in a pair of base hits to give WT a quick 1-0 lead. Later in the lineup, Diana Murtha drilled a ball into the left center gap for an RBI single to put the Lady Buffs up 3-0. 4 more base hits gave them an 8-0 advantage, leaving the first inning. Of course, we can't forget about Emily Boyer. She also came in clutch, having a stellar outing at the plate and on the mound. She launched her 13th home run of the season and pitched a complete shutout to help the Lady Buffs to a 10-0 victory against the Mustangs. Take a look at the scores from Game 2. Moving on to Game 3, bottom of the first with a runner on first, 2 outs. Diana Murtha at the plate. An off-speed pitch thrown her way, and that ball goes for a ride into left center field. And it's out of there to bring in 2 runs for the Lady Buffs. Second inning, same scenario here. Brittany Rufus looking to bunt, but she does the exact opposite, sailing it into left for the RBI double, giving the Lady Buffs a 3-0 advantage. Fast forward to the bottom of the fourth, Emily Boyer in the box. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. Boyer drills it up the middle to plate 2 more runs. Take a look at this next one here. Ruby Salzman sends her signature long ball into the left center gap. And the outfielders, I mean, they barely turn around. They already know it's gone. And of course, we cannot forget about the signature staple construction cone that the Lady Buffs carry with them. I think it's their good luck charm. And WT walks away with an 8-0 win and a series sweep. They still sit second behind UT Tyler on the Lone Star Conference standings and 14th in the NFC Bowl. The Buffs conquered Oklahoma Christian on the road, clinching another series win. In Game 1, WT decided to jump on the Eagles early. With bases loaded in the opening frames, Mike Mineta made it home from third on a passed ball. Following that run, Eddie Savoy walked to plate another run. Then Cameron finished out the inning, singling a ball to right center to give the Buffs a 4-0 advantage. OC battled to cut into the lead by 2 in the bottom of the second, but WT held them scoreless after that. Adam Becker dropped in an RBI single paired with an RBI double from Will Finning to round out the 4th inning. Buffswomen continued that momentum, blasting a 3-run homer to put the score at 10-2. And we can't forget about Justin Hayes on the mound. Relieving the Buffs, he allowed no runs on 5 hits. He had no walks or strikeouts in 6 innings of work. WT won 11-2. Here are the scores from games 2 and 3. Now let's look at Game 4 from the weekend. We're jumping to the top of the third. OC holds a 1-0 lead. Runner on third, no outs. Mike Mineta drives it up the middle for a base hit to plate WT's first run of the game and ties it. Tyler Cornett on the mound. Bottom of the 5th, bases loaded, 2 outs. Cornett fires it inside to OC's Blake Emke, who knocks it up the middle to push the Eagles ahead 3-1. Top of the 6th, Eddie Savoy drives one to center field for a sac fly to cut into OC's lead. Heading into the 8th, big play here. Cameron Loy up to bat. The catcher can't quite get a hand on it. Glenn Norona takes advantage, stealing home, and then Finning decides, I think this is a good time to bring it home as well. This gives the Buffs a 1-run advantage. Tied ball game. OC's Grant Lake in the box. He towers a double into deep left field to plate a run. And the Buffs weren't able to catch up. They fell to the Eagles 7-5, but came out with the series win 3-1. Going into this week, they remain 4th in the Lone Star Conference standings. Track and field had a heyday at the Joe Meeker Classic that was held here on campus. To start, I want to shout out our player of the week, Leighton Greason, who won the heptathlon event on day 2 of the 3-day meet, accumulating a sum of 5,136 points. She ran in the 100 hurdles twice, the 200, the 800, and competed in the high jump, shot put, long jump, and javelin. Elliott Harrison also competed in the heptathlon, finishing 3rd overall. She recorded a few personal bests in the 100 hurdles and the long jump. Carissa Perry had a need for speed, registering a 52.70 in the 400-meter race to finish 1st. She currently holds the 2nd best time in WT history and the current best Division II outdoor season record. The Lady Buff 4x100 meter relay team earned a 1st place spot with a 44.34. Adding to that success is Taylor Nellums, who took home the gold in the high jump event, clearing just under 5.6. To finish it off for the Lady Buffs, Brooke Urban cleared just under 5.5 to finish 2nd overall in the high jump event. As for the Buffaloes, Gerard Bryant battled for a 2nd place spot in the decathlon with a total of 6,904 points. He captured a 1st place spot in the 100-meter race and the long jump event. Trace Kane was just behind him, finishing 4th overall in the decathlon, earning a 1st place spot in the 110 hurdles. Hamdi Ali cleared just under 7 feet to clinch a 1st place spot in the high jump event. Sinarua Marsing finished 2nd in the same event, clearing just over 6'8". Freshman standout Isaac Bazio competed in the 100-meter race and had a 2nd place finish, registering a 10.06. And just behind him, finishing 3rd with a time of 10.08, was Joseph Manu. I saved the men's and women's athletic national athletes of the week for last. Welcome to the NCAA Division II record books, Deandra Green and Isaac Bazio. A lot of great competition happened last weekend. Now let's take a look at this week at WT. Baseball is back in town at Wilder Park this weekend for a 4-game series against St. Mary's. That will start on Friday at 6 p.m., doubleheader on Saturday at 3 p.m., and they will finish up on Sunday at 1 p.m. After softball wraps up their midweek action against St. Edwards, they will host a 3-game series against Texas A&M International. First pitch will start on Saturday at 4 p.m. and wrap up on Sunday at noon. Men's and women's track and field will be running in 2 different directions this weekend. Some of them will be competing in the Brian Clay Invitational Wednesday through Friday in Azusa, California, while the rest of the athletes will be in Hobbs, New Mexico, competing in the Ross Black Open on Friday and Saturday. Men's golf is driving into the Lone Star Conference tournament this Sunday through Wednesday, so be on the lookout for more updates on that. Women's golf still holds the 7th place spot in the WGCA poll, and they will resume play here in the next couple of weeks. But a little birdie told me that head coach Meredith Jameson was free during this little break to come sit down and chat with us inside the indoor putting green. Take a look. Okay, so you just got back from a really gnarly trip, Arizona. You played in 2 tournaments, hosted one. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so the Arizona Swing is one of the most important tournaments of the year because it gives our West region, which is huge in women's golf, the opportunity to get some really critical head-to-heads to ensure that we get a postseason bid for the regional championship. The first event had 23 teams in it, and we won it. It was awesome. We had a sudden death playoff, which was so exciting. And the highlight of that, the format is kind of different in golf. I mean, everybody knows how overtime goes in volleyball or football or things like that. But we did a 5 versus 5, all scores count, and you play one hole. So in the first group, we had 3 girls, we had 2 in the back. Our closers in the back group were Riley Cook and Alyssa Campbell. And Riley Cook almost hopped it into the flag. I mean, it hit the flag stick and popped out about 6 inches for eagle. So she had a tap and birdie, put a lot of pressure on the girls from Colorado Christian. And then Alyssa hit it up to 7 feet and rolled it in and sealed us. And, it was a great birdie for her as well. And, I mean, it showed what they can do. So it was really exciting because in golf, a lot of times, you're not playing against someone, you're playing against the course. But when we get to the conference championship, we do medal match play. And we also do that at the national championship. So it simulates more of what they were doing in the playoff. And the girls did awesome, so I'm really excited moving forward for them to have that opportunity and see them play under those conditions.
Alyssa Campbell and Riley Cook, 2 veteran players. Mm-hmm. Talk to me about how they have helped this program grow.
They're both amazing young women. I mean, we have 6 ladies on the team. They're all great, but they really lead by their example, and Alyssa in particular, she just has such an upbeat, positive attitude that she really lifts the other players up. And that's important. I mean, they have something where I'm going to go ahead and do it, but they'll see each other on the golf course. Because, you can't high five like you can on the basketball court. But they have this symbol. I can't really tell you what it means. But they do it to each other across the way. Because they may be 200 yards away, but they can still see that big symbol. And that was something that the girls started a few years ago. And, they're just great. Great under pressure. A lot of fun to be on the golf course with, and they are competitors.
The symbol looks kind of like a heart almost.
It has a little bit of that in there. All the other teams ask what it means.
You guys have seen a lot of success this past spring. What do you feel and where do you feel the turning point was for you guys?
So one thing that we've really been working on is communication. So I have to go across 5 holes. Sometimes the team gets really spread out. And so when I see them, I can also see live scoring to see how they're doing. So they need to be able to communicate quickly with me. If there's something they need, if they're good, they need to be able to communicate that quickly so that I can get on to the next player and maybe try to make an impact and try to figure out where we're best needed. So that communication we're really working on. And it's been awesome, and just seeing them really vocalize, I'm good, or I'm struggling reading putts. Can you be on the next green with me? And so I can drive somewhere, drive back, read a putt, and, because I can do everything for them except hit the ball and carry their bag.
Right. Well, the Lone Star Conference tournament is right around the corner. Mm-hmm. What's the message going into these next couple weeks?
Well, we definitely have some things to work on. We did get second at the second tournament that we hosted in Tucson at Vantana Canyon Club, which was awesome. But we didn't even feel that Cal State East Bay beat us. We beat ourselves. We definitely had what would be called unforced errors in other sports. So the girls made lists of things that they really need to work on, and then I have my list as well. So we're going to be doing a lot of individually focused practices for the next 2 weeks as we get ready. But we've gone down and previewed the conference course and, just really, especially putting, really just getting all of those things dialed in so that we're ready to go.
Awesome. Very interesting. I'm learning a lot about golf because I hadn't known a lot before that, but after this, I've learned a lot. So
it's a different sport.
Yeah, it definitely is. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us. And best of luck to you guys in these next couple of weeks.
Great. Thank you very much.
I don't know about you guys, but that was a very insightful interview. I learned a lot about the golf team, and I really, really look forward to watching them compete in the Lone Star Conference Championship here in the next couple weeks. Attention, all parents of younger kids more specifically. If you're looking for weekend plans, we invite you to Youth Day here this coming Saturday. You can come and watch WT softball from 4 to 6 p.m. and Buff baseball from 3 to 6 p.m. All kids get in free. There will be free posters and lots of fun. Alumni Day is also on Saturday, so head over to the softball game for a free hot dog and Pepsi if you're an alumni. Tickets for all of the WT Athletics sporting events can be found on GoBuffsGo.com, or you can watch them live on the Lone Star Conference digital network. Also, a quick update on the football fundraiser. It has been postponed for unforeseen circumstances, so please be on the lookout for more information on that. Real quick, if you haven't already, please go follow us on Instagram and Twitter at WT The Rundown. And we are now streaming all of our episodes on Facebook at The Rundown with Corin Davis. For those on YouTube, please be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. That's all for this week's episode. I'm Corin Davis, and you're watching The Rundown.